What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Matt this Scat. And wait, hold on. Hey! But I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a good day or night, whatever time you're watching this. And I'm finally back with another NBA discussion video.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for. This is exactly, I don't mean to sound like Cat Williams, but this is exactly what I've been waiting for.
I know I've been uploading a whole lot of Madden lately, and I know a lot of my new subscribers are from the Madden community. But prior to me uploading Madden a lot, I was uploading NBA discussions and 2K. I also want to start getting into NFL discussions, but I'm still learning about the game as far as like its history and all that. So, you never want to become too stale and stagnant. You want to sprinkle in different things, mix it up a little bit. I am going to be uploading Madden probably tomorrow or Sunday, so make sure y'all check that video out. But I want to say thank you guys for all the support. We are almost at 200 subscribers, which is insane. I can't thank you guys enough. But let's jump straight into the video.
I hope y'all ready. I am.
Top 10 NBA players 25 and under. Now, when I was making this list, I realized just how talented the NBA is. There's so many players who are 26 and 27 that just missed the cut, as well as players who are 25 and under, but that are really good, but just not quite top 10. So don't get offended if one of your favorite players who is 25 or under didn't make the list. You only get 10 spots. I'm telling you, there's a whole lot of talented people. Players like Zach LaVine, Zion Williamson, John Morant, even Bam Adebayo did not make this list.
Should be suspended immediately.
Let me ask you something. Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something. Have you? No. You're just gonna yell for the rest.
Like I said, it's not a knock on them. It's just that the league is so full of talented young players. I can only put 10, man. What do you want me to say? And let's be respectful in the comments. You guys, I'm glad you guys are being interactive, but you guys are coming at each other's necks hard. It was at the top 10 NBA players of all time. You guys were going at it, which I enjoy. Go at it. But try and be respectful in the comments. But let's jump straight into it. My honorable mentions are John Morant, Zach LaVine, and Bam Adebayo. They all did not make it, but they're all very talented young individuals. You could throw Zion Williamson in there too if you want to. But Zach LaVine is the main one. Zach LaVine is so underrated, so underappreciated. He has progressed his game tremendously since he's entered the league. Went from just being a dunk contest participant to an elite offensive player, can literally score in every aspect of the game. So those are my honorable mentions. But now let's get to the top 10. At number 10, I have the 24-year-old from the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown came into the league just an athletic wing defender, but he's expanded his game so much since he came into the league. I said in my other video, Jaylen Brown to me, especially this last season, has progressed more than Jayson Tatum. He's not better than Jayson Tatum. I'm saying from where he once was coming into the league to where he is now, because Jayson Tatum's always been a bucket. We knew what he was going to be once he came out of Duke, and we saw him in his rookie year. But Jaylen Brown, especially in these playoffs, impressed me so much. He is a legit two-way player, an elite defender, hustles hard, can rebound, high IQ. His three-point percentage has rose tremendously. He's shooting about 38% from the three-point range this year, which is actually above league average. I believe the league average is 34 or 35. His totals are 20 points per game, 6 boards, and 2 assists. And he did make the all-rookie team, obviously, in his rookie season. And all those numbers did go up in the playoffs. He rose to the occasion and did raise his level of play. So Jaylen Brown, I have you at number 10. At number 9, I have the most improved player in the NBA, which is Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram averaged 23.8 points per game, 6 boards, and a little over 4 assists. Now, when he was on the Lakers, people knew what Brandon Ingram was capable of. But obviously LeBron needs the ball in his hands. Rondo is a playmaker, not really much of an off-ball player. He needs the ball in his hands. Kuzma and Lonzo were still trying to prove themselves, so they weren't really looking to involve others. They were just trying to get their own and make a name for themselves. But Brandon Ingram being moved to the Pelicans was the best thing for his career so far. It did unlock the rest of his game obviously because he has the ball in his hands way more often. He is the Pelicans' current best player. I don't care what you say. Yes, Zion is emerging, but he is injury prone and he needs to get his weight in check. Brandon Ingram is already proven in this league as far as what we know he can do consistently. I think Brandon Ingram is their best offensive player, and I have him at number 9 on the list. Now at number 8, I do have Ben Simmons. Now I know especially in my last video involving Ben Simmons, I think it was the top 10 duos. I already went on my Ben Simmons rant. So if you want to see my Ben Simmons rant, go check that out. I'm here to give him praise, okay? Now Ben Simmons, granted, he can't shoot, but he still can do everything else in the game. Still an elite defender, can guard every position on the court, can damn near play every position on the court, except for shooting guard, obviously, because he can't shoot.
That fuck nigga ain't gon' shoot. Niggas is capping, they say that they savage, but I ain't heard nothing about you. That fuck nigga ain't gon' shoot.
Like I said, we're not here to bash him. Ben Simmons still did average over 16 points without a jump shot. He averaged 8 boards and 8 assists. He is a 2-time All-Star, and we know what he is. He's a playmaking guard slash big. It's crazy how you could say that about players nowadays. But we know what he brings to the table. Great defense, great energy. The only thing holding him back is not having a jump shot. He has the talent to be a top 5 player. Not in the league. I'm talking about on this list. He should be in the top 3 or 4 at least. He should be in the top 5. But the only thing holding his game back is the fact that he does not have a jump shot. And he hasn't made it to far in the playoffs. I mean, he did make it. I believe, what was that? The Eastern Conference Finals when he lost to Kawhi Leonard. But other than that, and that was with the help of Jimmy Butler leading that team. He hasn't even led a team by himself. So he doesn't really have that many accolades. He is still very young, obviously, but we know what Ben Simmons is at this point in his career. I have him at number 8. Now, right here, the number 6 and number 7 spots are very debatable. At number 7, I have Jamal Murray. Now, Jamal Murray, he took his game to another level in the bubble. And I'm not going to use the crowd not being there as the primary reason. I think he was always like that. It's just injuries was holding him back. I always knew he was good because I used to play with his My Team card in 2K. And I was like, this guy is legit. He's athletic. I call him Damian Lillard with defense. He's not as good as Damian Lillard right now, obviously. But I think as time goes on, he will be similar to Damian Lillard, but he's better on defense. So that's why I'm calling him that. But yeah, Jamal Murray, I'm going to give his regular season stats. He averaged over 18 points per game, 4 boards, and about 5 assists. And all those numbers did go up in the playoffs, obviously, where he was averaging like 26 a game with like 5 assists or something like that. 6 assists, I believe. And he did make the all-rookie team, obviously, because he's a great rookie, great young player. And he is 23 years of age. Oh, I forgot to tell you Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is 24. Brandon Ingram is 23. I already told you Jaylen Brown is 24. But yeah, Jamal Murray is 23 years old. A very young, promising player. Can shoot the lights out. Can get to the right. Did you see that lay he did on LeBron where he went up and under right side lay? Tough. That was tough. But I do have him under Donovan Mitchell. Now, I know some of you guys are probably like, Jamal Murray beat Donovan Mitchell, so he should be higher. No. Jamal Murray did not beat Donovan Mitchell. Well, he did, but it was Jokic and Murray. Whichever the Nuggets won because they had Jokic. It went to a game 7. Jokic was the best player on either team. Whichever team had Jokic was going to win that series. The Nuggets offense goes through Jokic, and then Jamal Murray and the rest of the other players are secondary. Okay, they play inside the paint and out. Most teams play 3 and in. They play inside out. Okay, so that's not a reason. You can't just use he beat him in the second round and put him over him. The reason why I have Donovan Mitchell ahead of him is because Donovan Mitchell has been more consistent. Jamal Murray just elevated his game to a new level this season. Donovan Mitchell has been doing this for the last few years. So let's put some respect on Donovan Mitchell's name. And unlike Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell has more responsibility. He's their best playmaker. He's their best offensive player. He's the leader of that Jazz team, as to where Jokic is the best playmaker on the team. He's the first scoring option, best, rebounder. So Jamal Murray is really only there to score and to facilitate a little bit, opposed to Donovan Mitchell, who has a little more responsibility. Nothing against Jamal Murray. It's just that Donovan Mitchell has been more consistent and has a bigger role on his team as of right now. So at number 5, this is the top 5. This is what y'all been waiting for. I have Devin Booker. Devin Booker is top 5. I'll say it again. Devin Booker is top 5. Devin Booker this is insane. Devin Booker is averaging 26.5 points per game and over 6 assists. He's a very underrated playmaker. People are always talking about his ability to score. They always bring up the fact he dropped 70. This man did run point guard for a portion of his career in the NBA. So it's not like he's just out there shooting. He can facilitate as well. And is a pretty decent rebounder, like I said, for a game. He is a one-time All-Star. Did make an All-Rookie team. Unfortunately, he is in a small market and hasn't had a chance to be in the playoffs yet because his team sucks. But I have Devin Booker at number 5. Now, number 4, I do have Jayson Tatum, who you guys know is my second favorite player after Rondo. Jayson Tatum, I already brag enough about this man in my other videos. We know he is a certified bucket. That man can do everything. The next part of Jayson Tatum's game that he needs to unlock, he needs to become more consistent. But that's what most of these young players, because there's not a lot of vets in the locker rooms to teach these young players in this era how to close out games, how to be consistent. LeBron James can teach an AD. Rondo can teach an AD. Udonis Haslem is not going to teach Bam how to close out a game. So there's not a whole lot of good vets to teach these players. So, but besides that, Jayson Tatum averaged 20 points per game, bucket. He averaged 7 boards and 3 assists. And in the playoffs, all of these numbers did rise. He averaged 25 points per game in the playoffs, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Now, the reason why I have Jayson Tatum above Devin Booker is not because he went further in the playoffs, because that's more of a team effort. And I know a lot of you people are going to say, oh, but Devin Booker dropped 70. Tatum ain't do that. Kobe dropped 81. Do we say he's better than Jordan? So just because you score a lot in one game, does not mean you're better than another player, okay? Jayson Tatum is a better rebounder, a way better defender, by a lot. And Devin Booker is a better scorer. I would say that it's barely. I say it's close, but I'll give Devin Booker the edge in scoring. But in terms of all other aspects of the game, maybe playmaking too. Even though Jayson Tatum has emerged as a great playmaker, not great, but as a good playmaker in these playoffs, I would still probably give a slight edge to Devin Booker. But I think Jayson Tatum is just a little bit better, and you can use him on the defensive end a lot in different ways compared to Devin Booker, who's kind of a liability on the defensive side of the ball. But now we're in the top 3. At number 3, I have Luka Doncic. Now, some of y'all are probably like, what? 3? He's number 1. He's number 2 at least. No. You're forgetting 2 players who are, in my opinion, better than Luka currently, right now. But Luka Doncic, we know what Luka can do. He's the European James Harden. They play damn near exactly the same. James Harden does a little more flopping. They both flop. But he's averaging, his stats are insane. He's almost averaging a triple-double himself, averaging over 28 points per game, a little over 9 boards, and almost 9 assists. Luka is an offensive beast. He can score in every facet of the game, but he's a defensive liability. He's not even average. Devin Booker, I can say, is at least average on defense. Luka is literally a liability. He's like Stephen Curry. You have to hide him on defense. That's why I can't put him as the number 1 spot, because you can't be number 1 on this list and be a liability on one side of the ball. He is elite. He's a top 5 offensive scorer in the NBA, no doubt. He did make a buzzer beater against the Clippers, taking his game to another level in the playoffs. We know who Luka is and what he could do. Amazing playmaker. But I have him at number 3. And he's 21, by the way. At number 2, we have Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is the best big man in the league. He's poised. He came back from down 1-3 multiple times. Can stretch the floor. Literally the best big man passer in the league. He can do everything offensively. And he doesn't get rattled. What more can you say about him? He did average Jokic does average 20 points, just under 10 boards and 7 assists. Like I said, he could do everything offensively, can shoot, stretch the floor, is the Nuggets' best playmaker. The only thing he needs to work on is his conditioning. But at number 1, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's won back-to-back MVP. That should end the debate right there. But just to convince you guys more, this man is averaging 33 points, 14 boards, and 6 assists. Now, I know he's the least skilled out of all these players, but if, in terms of accolades, achievements, and going as, he's the only one besides Jokic and Murray who's made it to the conference. Oh, and Jayson Tatum. But besides that, he's the only one. But thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Oh, and please turn on your post notifications on so you get alerted whenever I post a video. I'm out.